want to say thank you very much for coming to the Expo. There's an awful lot of knowledge being passed on. There's an awful lot of issues that could be resolved quite easily that haven't been done because people haven't talked to us previously. I know an awful lot of people in the audience. I know an awful lot of people here at the show because a lot of them are members and a lot of them are people that I've interacted with in the past 2.5 years. As most people know, we were asked by the EFSA, by the MHRA, to come up with a regulatory protocol many months ago. Since then, there have been a few changes. There have been people involved in the industry that have come into our industry and have set the industry back overall. So, just to close the show, so we can make people aware of what is actually going on, I think it's important that you understand some of the challenges facing the industry in the future, and I think that it's also important that you understand why we face those challenges. So, to us, what does a regulated market look like? It's quite simple. The authorities want to know who's selling those products. They want to know that you sell them properly. They want to know what you are selling. They want to know it's legal. They want to know it's safe. Compliance with all the food and other regulations that are out there is everything to those people. They work in compliance every day of the week, month after month, year after year, and they only see black and white. They don't see grey areas. So for us, we proposed what's called CPD, which you heard about earlier on, which is the Compliant Products Directive, or Cannabis Products Directive even. I said, when I opened this show, that 35% of the companies here are not legal. That's 35%, which for an industry show in the UK, I wouldn't say which should be, well, I think it's disgusting in all honesty. Why? We still see it. Medical claims mentioning any specific condition is not legal. You've just heard from our lawyers. Okay? We sell as a food supplement, we sell as a vape, we sell as a balm or a cosmetic. You can't make medical claims around any of those. Anecdotal evidence is not legal because it is an inferred medical claim. You cannot say, my granny took CBD and her knee was better, and she can't say it for you either. Links to studies are not legal. Why are they not legal? Because those studies around the world have not been performed in an efficacious legal way according to European law. European law says that any study should be independent, that the results and the data going into that study should be fully transparent. No studies have been done around that in Europe. Links to customer reviews are not legal. It is an inferred medical claim. Just can't do it. Sorry. By saying, or your customers saying that your products work, they are inadvertently saying on your behalf that your products work. You can't say that. Then we get on to products. Bud or flower is not legal. It breaks directly the Misuse of Drugs Act. The Misuse of Drugs Act says that there must be full separation between the stalk, leaves and seeds for it not to be classed as cannabis. A lot of people get around this by grinding it up. Perfectly legal to do so. Not going to argue with that one. Our members sell it as either tea or ground material, but you should not be saying it is smokable. Isolates in foods are not legal. We worked this out with the FSA a year ago. A year ago, we said, and they agreed, that they would not bother worrying about novel foods if we complied with that. There is, I can see one of the biggest sellers of isolates from this stage with an illegal product that they've since said is although it's described as one thing, they say it's not for internal use. That is illegal. It is trade misdirection, which is a criminal offence. And nano is not legal in any way, shape or form. Liposomes, yes, not a problem. Nano, which is particles of less than 100 nanometers, is not legal. It's draconian, isn't it? I'm sure you agree. And you know what? I don't disagree with you, but we have to work within the rules, because if we don't, we will not have an industry. 2016 into 2017, the CTA worked out a position. The position with the MHRA, that the MHRA were happy to allow the market to continue as long as we complied with other relevant laws, food laws and everything else. That's why most of the industry itself wants to see regulation. They want to make sure that the products they sell are legal, efficacious, safe, and everything else that goes with it. You have to do something, and as I say, over 33% of the sellers here are something not correct. And I hate to go on about my crystal ball abilities, but I've got a bit of a thing about them. I don't know what's going to happen, but I quite often see what is going to happen, because we see everything. That's what people in this industry don't understand, is the CTA isn't nasty and all-encompassing, which we've been accused of many, many times. We simply see everything that goes on. We see all the companies from around the world making claims and promoting products that aren't legal around Europe. That's what we do. That's our job. So if you sell CBD products, you must work within food law and GPSR. GPSR, General Product Safety Regulations. You must work with them. Any product that you put on the market at all, anywhere in the multiverse, has to conform and it has to be safe. And if you're not complying with those, your product's not legal. So I want you to think about that and think about everything in there. I spoke to the organisers a couple of hours ago, and we want to book this for next year or 6 months' time. And I said at that point in time, you have to understand that if this industry doesn't tidy its act up and get around to the point of regulation, we won't be here in 6 months' time. Robert said about banking and all those things, and that he can help with as a lawyer. I can tell you that the CTA have had relationships with accountants, payment processors, insurance, banking, everything that you ever need to run a business, providing you are above board and legal, the CTA can provide you every single solitary thing, as well of course, legal advice, because that's what we have the lawyers for. So we have Mackerel Turner, who are a general lawyer with a cannabis specialist. We also have Field Fisher, which are regulatory lawyers. Their specialist subject is regulatory law. They helped draft the Misuse of Drugs Act back in 1971 and various amendments to it. We work with those guys because we have to for you. It's as simple as that. Overall, we do hope you've had a great couple of days. We hope you found it interesting. We hope that you've found a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of help. I think we're all still around for another half hour or so before everyone disappears off. I say again, I'm at the FSA tomorrow, talking about regulation, talking about novel foods, talking about what's going to happen in the future. We hope that we can deal with this very quickly and very easily, because we don't want to hit them with a big stick on a legal case that they can't win. We want them to work with the regulated industry that they asked for nearly 18 months ago. A regulation that they asked us to put together. We did that. The CPD is sat waiting in the wings ready to go. We hope that that becomes the case, because without it, I seriously think that the industry is in trouble. I seriously hope that we're back here in 6 months' time, or a year's time. Is it 6 months we're coming back, Robert? 6 months, okay. But in the meantime, it's our job now to say goodbye. I do hope you've had a great time. And what I would like to say is, We have our annual conference that we do for members, and this year, as we did last year, for non-members. So a bit smaller than this, across the road at the National Conference Centre, 2 days of events. And we do hope to see you there on the 9th and 10th of June. By all means, give us a shout. We'll do what we can to help. And if you need anything, we're always there to help. Thank you very much.